Hey guys, this is N Cahet with, you know, WPGN. Um, I just read about something, and it was actually brought to my attention via another video that I was watching. Another game streamer, or well, game streamer, YouTube uh, member. So I did a little bit of a little bit of my own reading and learned that this happened in January of this year. I know that this is a little out of date, but I felt the need to say something about it. Now, this particular incident happened at a Gamestop in Renton. I think I'm saying that right. Um, where a robbery took place. The guy went in, was obviously, committing a robbery. Held up one of the employees there, and after he had received the money, proceeded to slit the employee's throat before taking off. Now, this particular employee, um, her name is Kirsten Scheider. Scheider. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and if I'm not, then I do apologize. I'm going to show this on screen here. Um, up in the top right there, this is the young lady who was working at that GameStop at the time of this happening. Um, she did survive. She was in critical care for a while, but she did make it out alive. And I mean that just shows that she's a very strong person to have to go through all that. And I don't know, what kind of health implications that had. There's very little information on it that I could find anyway. I hope that she made a very good recovery, and they did catch the guy, so that's good. But I'm gonna take her picture off here now. But that's what she looks like. A very beautiful young lady, just working in a store that she loved. So I'm gonna click that off. Now, I know that a lot of people on the internet have this whole bravado about them and they leave nasty comments. But I mean, this guy that did this, robbed the store for whatever cash they happen to have on hand at the time, and then did get caught for it. So he's ended his life, and he almost ended somebody else's life. I mean, had that cut been any deeper, I'm fairly certain, even with the miracles of modern medicine, and surgical procedures, that it probably would have killed her. Uh, so let's take a minute to talk about this real quick. I mean, everybody falls on hard times. I have fallen on hard times. There are some points in my life that I was not a rich man. I was very hard on money. I was homeless in New York for a while, but I would never rob, steal, or put somebody else's life in danger just for my own gain. I think that people that do that, and like I said, here's my hands up, you know, I understand that people come across hard times, but there is always a way to do things without having to go to that extent. Um, you know, a lot of people will find that if they're really in their hour of need and they really need help, if they just ask, people will help you. Um, and people see stories like this and think, oh well, it happens every day. And you know what? Yeah, there's a lot of messed up stuff that happens every day. But that doesn't mean that we should become desensitized to that and, oh well, that's news, it happens. Yes, it happens, and we need to try and put a message out there that helps stop that, because this kind of thing is not okay. A young lady almost lost her life. This guy that needed the money, or whatever his reasoning for doing this was, he's going to sit in jail now. He can no longer offer anything to society. He's gonna sit there, eat up our tax dollars, and why? For what? Because he wanted to make a quick buck? It's fucking sad. It really is. Uh, I hope anybody that ever has the thought of, well, I'm gonna take a gun and I'm gonna go rob a place because I want to make some quick money because I need to, I want to buy a game console, or I want, to pay my rent, or whatever it may be. There's other ways to do that. You get a loan from a bank. You can sell something if you have anything to sell. I mean, most landlords will work with you. A lot of landlords are assholes. That's true. I've had a few really shitty landlords. Um, but there's other ways to do it. People don't need to do this. I mean, I'm very glad that she survived, but it's just horrific for someone to have to go through that. I mean, 23 years old, everybody thinks that, at that age they're invincible, and then all of a sudden, you're working at your job one day and some guy comes in and puts a knife to your throat, and now you don't know whether you're going to see your next birthday or not. He could let you go, or he could end your life. That's a scary thought. The thought that the world could end as you know it, and you're never going to see your family again. You're never going to talk to your friends again. You're never going to watch your brother grow up. If you're a parent, your kids are going to be without a mother or father. Some very scary, heavy shit, and it's very real. Uh, I'm glad that she survived again, but I beseech all of you, to share this and maybe offer your own opinions about it. Whether you agree with me or not, that doesn't matter. I couldn't really care less. I think what happened there is wrong. And there's no need for this kind of thing to happen. It just doesn't need to be done. Uh, it's ridiculous. That's really all that I have to say about it. I'm sure that there's probably more information that you can find, and as I find more information on it, I will edit the description and link that stuff for you guys. But yeah, don't be one of these people. Okay. All right. I think that's all that I really have to say about it. I think, here's my honest thought. If I'm not trying to be so political, I think that people to do this kind of thing and rob people and shoot them, or slit their throat, anything like that, I think they're fucking cowards. And honestly, anybody who's gonna do that kind of thing, there's no place in humanity for that. I think anybody that's willing to take a life should be willing to give up their own. Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to touch on that subject because this kind of thing pisses me off. It upsets me. There's no need for it. So yeah. All right, thank you guys for watching. And I will see you in a later video.